As children, we were told that our world once had heroes. Fairy tales to inspire hope in a world with none. As far back as anyone could remember, mankind had been at war with itself. Orphaned, like so many, I survived by the sword and my wits. Neither of which kept me from being sent to a labor camp. It would have been a death sentence, had I not made a friend. Avil kept me safe, and I kept him sane. And together, we would change the course of history. Avil, did you make it to Delorum?
Yes. I've almost reached the village of Tablis. You were right, Sandra. This place is completely untouched by the invasion.
Have you made contact with the Royal Army?
No. And I'm not exactly getting a warm reception from the locals.
I'm sure they can be seduced by your charms. I was joking, sort of. They may, however, find you more appealing than the jackals about to descend on Tablis.
In moments like this, I actually find myself missing your company, Sandra. How long do I have before the jackals arrive?
Not long. If you don't act quickly, the villagers will be slaughtered. I've teleported escape crystals onto the battlefield. You need only use one of the runestones I gave you to activate them. I'll leave you to it.
Someone help!
The jackals are hunting down civilians. Use your basic attacks to slay them before they slaughter the villagers. Great work. Now charge the crystal to activate the portal and rescue the civilian.
I don't understand what's happening. What are those things? Who are you?
My name is Avil, the last of the Sentinels. I am here to ready your people for war.
I don't know anything about fighting monsters.
There is something you can do for your people. Something that will save thousands of lives.
Tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Take this gemstone, and personally see that your king receives it. And when he does, tell him to speak my name into the stone.
The enemy has started killing civilians! Avil, you must act quickly! If you're ever lost, you can review your objectives at any time.
I always believed the legends. Thank you, Sentinel.
Some people have climbed onto their rooftops to hide from those monsters. Too bad I'm not much of a climber myself.
If I jump onto the side of the building, I can climb up the wall to reach the top.
The citizens of Delorum are lucky to have you, Avil. That was just nasty.
I'm saved! I am saved!
Refugees are under attack. I must act quickly to save them.
Nice job, Avil. Keep up the good work. Congratulations. You're still alive.
The portals are opening, as you said they would. I was able to send many of the townspeople to safety.
It isn't enough.
I know. I sent your speaking stone off to the king. We'll see if he, in his royal wisdom, sees fit to make an alliance, or if he is as foolish as those who fell before him.
I know how you feel, but we're out of options. We will need to coordinate with the royal forces to fight the coming hordes, and we're going to need them soon.
The jackals I killed, they were scouts.
Yes. I hope you're ready, because the Raveni will be attacking soon. Has King Euro made contact yet?
So far, nothing but silence.
Avil, we will need alliances to win this war. The most expedient way to convince the king of our intent is to continue fighting for his people and defending his cities. And when you do speak with the king, may I suggest employing a morsel of diplomacy?
I will think on it, Sandra. Now, tell me of our enemy. What is their location? Last we spoke, they were on course for Petrol.
You've arrived just in time. The Horde has almost reached the city limits. Now go, and show the people of Petrol how a Raveni dies. Executing Raveni requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians. Great work, Avil. Keep it up. Good work, Avil. That civilian is safe now. Avil, you should rescue the civilians if you can.
You saved the right man. I am a spice trader, the richest in all of Delorum. Anything you want, my friend, I will make it yours.
I need you to simply send a message to your king. I gave him the means to contact me directly. Have him do so immediately.
I could have sworn that one had you beat.
What is this tower?
We use the watchtowers to keep an eye out for threats. From the top, you can see far beyond the outskirts of Petrol.
I bet climbing the watchtowers would give me a better vantage point.
Next time, dodge just before an attack hits you to avoid taking damage. You made quick work of that one. Keep it going. Nice job, Avil. Keep up the good work.
If it weren't for your noble efforts, I would be dead.
This is only the beginning. If any of us are going to survive what's coming, I need your king to work with me.
I have a contact on the court. I will send urgent word.
Look who's early. Avil, get after that Raveni before he starts destroying the town. Avil, hold your rune strike and aim at the Raveni's armor and limbs. Release rune strike to attack. Nice work. Keep going. Great job, Avil. Removing a Raveni's armor and severing its limbs also charges your rune energy. Once you have enough, you will be able to execute the Raveni. Now aim your rune strike just below the Raveni's knee to sever its leg. Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them. Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Raveni will regenerate its severed limbs. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. Quickly get to the base of the Raveni's neck. Avil, your rune energy is fully charged. Quickly get to the base of the Raveni's neck. Now, Avil, execute the Raveni. Great work, Avil. That's one less Raveni we have to kill.
It's a drop in the ocean. If we don't begin coordinating our efforts with the Royal Army, we will soon be overrun by their numbers.
When word of your bravery reaches the king, he will be compelled to trust you.
And while we wait for the fool king to gather his courage, the Raveni marshal their forces.
You are more right than you know. Another horde is approaching, and this one is better armed.
The next town will not be as fortunate as the last.
Avil, you've arrived just in time. The first of the Raveni are already approaching the town.
I see you finished deploying the escape crystals as well. I'll slay this monster, and save as many as I can.
Avil, that Raveni seems to be wearing some kind of heavy armor. Are you sure you can handle it?
You worry about getting your crystals to the surrounding town, Xandra. I'll worry about the Raveni.
Avil, remember. Executing Raveni requires rune energy. Charge your rune energy by killing jackals and rescuing civilians.
Bound by large iron locks. I'll try taking those out first.
Nice work! Keep going!
Time to kill a Raveni.
No time to waste. Get back in there, Avil. Severing a Raveni's limb will only hinder them momentarily. After a short time, the Raveni will regenerate its severed limbs. your rune strike and aim for the base of the Raveni's neck. Nice work, Avil. These people owe you their lives.
This time, Sandra. But what of the next? And the next? Without the King's aid, we're relegated to a single battlefield, while the Raveni push forward on multiple fronts.
You're right, Avil. Which is why we must convince him to join us. This war will not be won by swords alone.
This is King Nero, ruler of Dolorum. You have requested an audience?
This is Avil, the last Sentinel, and I wish to strike an alliance with your Highness.
Was it your sorcery that created this speaking stone?
My ally, Xandra, crafted this instrument, and others from the weapons of our enemies.
If your boons are so great, why do you seek an alliance?
King Nero, I cannot be everywhere. At this moment, I am approaching Moltnuma, where a deadly horde approaches.
Moltnuma? No, that's too soon. I dispatched a garrison to the city, but they won't arrive in time. If you are as skilled as I have heard, Avil, then please, save as many of my people as you can.
Another refugee is safe thanks to you. Avil, if too much of the town is destroyed or its people killed, we will have failed.
I'll have to charge up my rune energy to take this thing down. I'll have to charge up my rune energy to take this thing down.
Great job. Keep it up. Good work. Now go behead a Raveni. Now, Avil, execute the Raveni. Your work here isn't done yet. That Raveni you just executed wasn't the only one on its way to Moltnuma. It looks like this Raveni brought along a friend. You'll have to face them both. When you execute a Raveni, your rune energy will begin to drain. You will need to build it up again in order to execute another Raveni.
My people are dying, Avil. You cannot let this happen.
need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Revenny.
Avil, you must protect the city and its people. If it falls, we have lost. Avil, valid rune strike targets will glow when you aim at them.
Charge up my rune energy to take this thing down.
My people are dying of you. You cannot let this happen.
Great job. Keep it up.
I need my rune energy fully charged to execute this Revenny. Kill a Revenny.
Hold your rune strike to execute the Revenny.
You fought bravely, Avil. Thank you. Many of my people owe you their lives.
We are still losing too many.
I agree. Your ally,
Xandra.
she creates your weapons.
The Revenny use a rare mineral to travel between worlds. Xandra was able to fabricate this talking stone, and our own portals, from similar materials.
I have at my disposal some of the most gifted alchemists, and even they do not understand the properties of this talking stone.
Xandra is brilliant in many ways. Yet as skilled as we are, she and I will not be enough to win this war. Will you combine your forces with our own to defeat this enemy, Your Highness?
Initially, I was reluctant to believe your claims. I had always thought the Sentinels to be a myth, a story to put children to bed.
And now?
I believe. The Royal Army has been dispersed to the locations you decided were most vulnerable to attack. But I fear this strategy leaves my forces spread thin.
I need your army to play a defensive role. By alerting me of attacks as they occur, I can engage the enemy while your forces see to the safety of your people. We'll use signals in the watchtowers to guide refugees through the safest escape routes.
Slowing the Horde down while we move people out of their path will minimize casualties, while Xandra attempts to build a portal strong enough for us to escape the Revenny.
Avil, do you hear that? The alarm has been raised. The Revenny are attacking on multiple fronts.
Get your people to safety, and I'll fight as many as I can.
Avil, we've gotten several reports of terrifying new jackals in the area. Don't let them harm the civilians. Excellent work, Avil.
More and more civilians are dying. Avil, you must do something! Fine work, Avil. Carry on.
There are still civilians out there who need my help.
You made quick work of that one. Keep it going.
Splendid work, Sentinel. Your duty to the crown will certainly be remembered.
You made quick work of that one. Keep it going.
My people are being slain left and right. Avil, what are you doing?
Take out these monsters.
My people are dying, Avil. You cannot let this happen. Thanks to your efforts, these people will live to see another day. This is madness, Avil. We should be bringing the fight to the Reveni, not waiting for them to attack us.
Other leaders had that same idea, Your Highness. They saw their armies butchered and their kingdoms reduced to ash. This isn't any war you've fought before, or any enemy you've ever known.
And what will you do to prevent Delorum from suffering a similar fate? Do you believe Xandra can truly build a device capable of ending this war?
I do. If you were to assist Xandra in her work and give her the resources of your court, we may find that solution sooner.
Very well. I will welcome your ally into my palace and give her the full resources of my kingdom.
Wonderful. You will soon experience her genius for yourself, and furthermore, I think you will find her to be an entertaining addition to your court.
Is her disposition as taciturn as your own?
Oh no, she's far worse.